Let's do live.
He just threw that pillow completely back.
You like my picture?
Be you, boo. You be you, boo. El jefe.
Diandre.
El jefe.
Saluda a mi Diandre, pero ¿qué es lo que?
Yeah, you
Dígamelo.
should come out here for him, but
So greet the people in Spanish.
Dígame mi gente, ¿cómo están? Estamos aquí de Norte de Carolina, qué sé yo, yo voy a decir Nueva York porque soy de Nueva York, pero ya ustedes saben, estamos aquí tranquilos, pasándola bien.
I don't know.
this ain't the auction, bro.
And I'm gonna need you to give me the translation and all that. Just so you know. But it's so great It's so good to have you, El Jefe. So El Jefe, give us your real name.
My real name is Junior.
Yeah. So how do you feel being amongst right now a predominantly female cast?
I feel confident.
That's the statement of a real what?
Man.
Bam. That's right. You carry your own, right? So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm older than what I look, so people might think I'm younger than what I am, but it's a good thing. I was born and raised in New York, and we've been in North Carolina for a year and a half now.
Yeah. How's the difference between the two?
Oh, I
states?
love the weather.
Really?
No traffic here. I mean, sometimes you get a little bit of, you know, you gotta wait for the light, but compared to New York, it's no traffic.
Yeah.
Driving is a breeze. I don't have to take no trains. I don't gotta wait for people. I don't gotta wait for parking. That is the best thing in the world. I come home, I have my own spot. I don't gotta go around the block 20 times. Oh man.
Yeah. The struggle, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
Telling you. Okay, so tell me, what are some things that you really love to do, like that make you like happy, or that you really just enjoy and have fun doing?
I enjoy reading. I love reading. That's one of the things that I love to do because I definitely believe that knowledge is power,
Yeah.
and great leaders are great readers.
No, that's good.
So I love to read.
Do you consider yourself a leader?
I definitely do.
Yeah. So who are the people that you feel like you lead?
Well, currently, I am a husband, I am a father, so it is my responsibility to lead my household. So that is the first place that I lead.
That's the first place. Now that's important, but what would you encourage somebody, like if you know somebody that even may be watching and they know that their life at home is not what it should be, but they're in leadership in some capacity in their life, what would you tell them?
Well, I mean, the first thing I would say is if especially if people are executing leadership someplace else and they don't have good structure or good order in their house, that who you are is executed first in your household. So your house is transparent of it describes you. If your woman is out of order, or your wife, my wife doesn't like when I say the word your woman, so I gotta change that. But when your wife or your children are not behaving properly, it just says a lot of who you are as a man and a father, because it's my responsibility to discipline.
Yeah.
If many of us read scripture, the Bible consistently says, I was reading it recently this week, it says fathers discipline your children. Some scriptures it says parents, but it consistently says father. So it's the father's responsibility as a man to lead the household and discipline and correct in areas where it needs to be corrected.
Yeah. Man, you just hit us with some heavy stuff. We will certainly be talking about some of those topics because I think it's important. You use some very strong language, and not only did you use that strong language, but you used the strong language confidently. And I think people need to understand the root of that because it can be challenging because our culture sometimes struggles with some of the things that you said. But I feel like there's a heart behind the things that you said that's important, and we really want to share that heart. So I'm telling everybody that's watching, please, reserve your guns and your arrows and your, the petty responses, like put that in your pocket because we want to explain some of the things. And once we have the conversation, then you'll get a better understanding. So with that being said, like what are some things that you feel like you're super passionate about?
Well, one of the things I'm really passionate about is family.
Yeah.
I love family. I love helping other family. When I see broken family, any broken family is something that I'm really passionate about. Or even men. I love being able to help young boys become men.
Yeah.
Because me growing up, I didn't really have that father figure in my life. So I know how it is to not know how to get from point A to point B. I know how it is to, yes, I had my father, but the relationship we had was, sometimes a bit distant, but, I love to help people get from point A to point B. So that's one thing that I'm really passionate about, helping people grow
Yeah.
and get out of their comfort zone.
That's good. Okay, so talk to me about your most embarrassing moment.
That's a tough one. Well, this one's good. So I was in preschool, and this was probably, to me, it was super embarrassing because there was this girl in class that I liked, and we were in class. I'm sorry, love, but we were in class, and things were going good because I'm Dominican. My parents at home taught me Spanish, and I didn't really know a lot of English. The girl across the whole she sat right in front of me. She was Hispanic, but she spoke more English than Spanish.
Yeah.
And she was teaching me some English, and I was like, we was back like helping each other out with like Spanish and English, and I felt like things were going good with her. And one day the teacher was absent, and she was a bilingual teacher. So the only teacher that's in class, she only speaks English.
Yeah.
So I raised my hands like 1,000 times, Miss, I gotta go to the bathroom, and she didn't understand what I was saying. So I consistently kept asking her, I gotta go to the bathroom. She didn't let me go, and I ended up peeing myself in the class.
Oh,
and the girl was sitting
no.
right in front of me. So that was the most embarrassing
man.
thing in class.
So clearly, we need to make sure instructors can have that dual language.
Yeah.
Listen, dual language game is key, right?
Yep.
Speaking of keys, what would you say are the 3 keys you need for your future? Like, I want you to envision where you want to be 3 years from now. What 3 keys do you have to get there?
3 keys. I'll say 1. I think this is probably the biggest one. It's one of the biggest ones, but I'll say consistency.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people start something and they're not consistent and don't follow through, so they have no success.
Right.
And I believe that consistency is the breakthrough for a lot of success.
Right.
Number 2 is walking in faith, because I feel like sometimes we don't do things because out of fear.
Right.
So we don't make moves or don't take risks because we don't feel comfortable, or because we don't know what's on the other side. But we have, for me, I need to step out of the box. A lot of times when they ask people, I read a survey one time that they asked older men when they were in their 70s, 80s, what is it that you regret most in life? And most of them replied and said that I didn't take enough risk in life.
Wow.
That I stood very comfortable and didn't make the decisions that I wanted to do. So, I think that's one of the biggest steps for me. I don't want to live with that I coulda, I shoulda, I woulda, and if I fail, I learn from my mistakes, and if I succeed, great. So that's my number 2 key. And my number 3 key, I'll just say family. I feel like sometimes you get so busy with life and work, and you forget about your family, building your household and your relationship, and having a daughter and a dog and a wife. It can get real busy sometimes.
Yeah.
And I always want to make sure that they're my number 1 priority in my life over anything else.
Man, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your presence, because it's important to have young men like yourself who are passionate about foundational things like family and, taking care of essentially society. When you take care of your family, you take care of others. So thank you. We look forward to speaking to you more, and it's going to be a dope season, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Good
Thank
to be
you.
here.